super bad bitch, and I only hang around with other bad chicks.
What's up, all my top stars and girls in the world? Kenneth here, and I am back for another video. And today is our Auntie Ken. At it again with Auntie Ken. Auntie Ken is at it again. Okay, I haven't done Auntie Ken in literally forever. For those of you who do not know what Auntie Ken is when you all send me advice, and I give you, not me advice, y'all send me y'all situations, whatever y'all going through in life, and I'll give y'all my advice on the situations and what I think you should do and stuff like that. This is going to be the first Auntie Ken where I do the audio messages. Like, I kept telling y'all to send me audio messages, videos, or whatever it was, instead of me always reading the situations. I mean, I have a few situations to read today, but we got audio messages. Now, before I let y'all enjoy this Auntie Ken, I just want to give a huge thank you to Audible for sponsoring this Auntie Ken or whatever. I love Audible so much. If you are a new subscriber, you about to learn about me real quick. And if you are an old subscriber, you already know this, but I love reading.
I like listening more than reading now, okay? I love listening than actual sitting down and reading books or whatever, because that can be time consuming.
I love listening to audiobooks while I'm on the way to meetings, while I'm doing my makeup especially. It's just so soothing, and it gives me a fresh peace of mind, and it also gives me a chance to have a break from music. Like, I love music so much. I love listening to music, but I honestly think these days I like listening to audiobooks more, just because I learn so much from audiobooks. One of the books that I've been reading lately, actually, it's an interesting book, okay, or listening to, not read. It comes from Amber Rose. Amber Rose is How to Be a Bad Bitch. She's telling her story. Y'all like listening to my story times, and y'all like listening to me talk, so y'all can go listen to several people talk on Audible. There's literally a book for everything on Audible, especially with Audible Originals. Audible Originals are exclusive audio titles created by celebrated like storytellers, like all type of people. They have things for theater, they have things for journalism, they got all type of stuff on Audible. So just go sign up for Audible, and you can get your first book free if you not signed up with Audible yet. You get your first book free on me. Go to audible.com/HeFlawless, or text HeFlawless, which is probably easier for a lot of y'all. Text HeFlawless to 500-500, and you get your first audio book for free on me. Try Audible for 30 days. Get your first book for free. There's literally so many books, but that's besides the point. I'm leaving all of Audible's information down below. Go check it out. We love Audible in this camp. Okay, now on to Auntie Ken. This person said, I know I sound kind of slow, but don't judge me. My communication skills are fucked up too. Mine's too, I understand, it's okay. It was kind of awkward recording my voice, but I'm working with you. Okay, baby. Okay, so we go play this. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
I'm gonna make this quick.
We gonna make this quick.
I've been watching you for a minute,
He been watching you for a minute.
I kind of feel like you,
He feel
like my little girlfriend.
I'm
you know what I'm saying? Like I could, like my good Judy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Judy. Okay, I'm your good Judy. Okay.
So basically, I just want you to touch on, like, what would you do in a situation where you see a lot of people that can help you in your career and that can help you get to the places that you want to be, but you are afraid subconsciously to not necessarily reach out to these people, but to get on the ball, per se. I know a couple of people, including myself, that are or have struggled with this, and I think that you could probably get some good insight on it.
I struggle with this too.
Basically, just give some pointers on what you would consider to be a good route to go with this, because I know a lot of gay black people, we struggle with touching into certain fields in the entertainment industry because we are afraid. We're afraid to take on the responsibility of another craft. I think that's the best way I could put it. I know I be sounding slow sometimes, and I just finished me about 2 or 3 joints, but I don't know. That's the best I can do.
Okay, that was a good one, because it's definitely something that I struggle with, but I guess we could figure it out together, huh? So let's get into some things. Okay, so basically he asked me about communicating with people to get in higher positions, basically, and I struggle with this times 10. Like, I promise you, if I were able to communicate with someone just a little bit better than what I do, I might be slightly farther. Like, I might be holding myself back. And I feel you on this because, see, when it comes to Black gay men, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. We've been conditioned to be the help, okay? And when I say we've been conditioned to be the help, we've been conditioned to be stuck almost. You know what I'm saying? We're some of the most confident people, but at the same time, we lack confidence in certain situations, like talking to certain people, especially people that are in power, I guess. And I'm gonna give you an example because I think we about to really get into the conversation, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I just touched on this in a Q&A on how a lot of the times, me personally, I'm discouraged. I'm discouraged because I don't see anybody else like me. So it's like, okay, so I gotta step up and be the leader, and that can scare people. On top of that, scaring people, like I say, we're usually conditioned to be the help. And when I say the help, we're usually conditioned to be the hairstylist, the makeup artist. Me personally, a lot of people like probably don't know this, but I've had opportunities to do other people's makeup, celebrities. I've had a lot of opportunities to be the help. But me personally, I never wanted to take that route because I could have easily taken that route, which is why I stopped doing freelance and stuff like that. We have been conditioned to be the help. It's all in culture. Every time you see one of us on television, it's us helping somebody. It's not necessarily us in charge of something. So that has affected especially the Black gay community to a certain degree. On the other hand, a lot of us, like me and this person, we have communication skills because nobody ever communicates with the Black gay man because nobody understands Black gay men. So growing up, we don't have anybody to communicate with. So that puts us in predicaments like current day. It's hard for me to communicate with people or whatever, especially people that can help me. It can be difficult. And I don't really know how to answer your question because I deal with these things too. But we can start a conversation. If I don't answer a question, somebody answer down below. When there is, a Black gay person that's in charge, they're known for being them, not being the help. And I live for people that are known for being them. But even when it comes to the Black gay community, like, we also been conditioned to like hate on each other to a certain degree. Like, there's this older gay, he be doing people hair. I don't like him. I just personally don't like him because he don't like me. And he don't like my friends and stuff like that. Okay. But I'm not gonna mention no names. But even with him or whatever, he looks at him and his friends, or maybe it's just his friends, I don't know. Look at like my friends, the people that aren't the help. They look at us as if we're bougie or something like that. And it's not like we've been conditioned to hate on each other also. It's like, girl, I'm showing you love. Like, I met this person, now we talk about, I brought this at story time. I met this person at a beauty convention or whatever. And I walk over because I've seen his work, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't necessarily a fan because I don't get into hair and all those things. But once I see another Black gay really out here making moves, whether they being a help or not, they being a face for the Black gay, I'm like, I live for you. Just by default, I live for you because I know how hard it can be being Black and gay. You know what I'm saying? I live for you. So I approached the person with nothing but love, pure love. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Kenny, blah, blah, blah. This person tells me, I'm such and such, and just walks away. I said, first of all, I know who you are. I said, hi, such and such. I said their name. I'm such and such. You didn't have to give me that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we've been conditioned to hate each other also. Or hate the next person that's coming up or whatever instead of helping people. But that's just a little tidbit or whatever. Like, it's so much into it, and I think that covers enough for right now. We'll revisit this situation once I read some of the comments, and if my good girlfriend, if he messages me back or whatever with another little voice note or whatever, we'll revisit this in the next Auntie Ken. I think I'm going to start doing Auntie Kens like bi-weekly, like every other week, or I might make it a weekly thing, depending on if y'all are watching and stuff. So yeah, to close that out, being afraid of success. A lot of Black gay men are afraid of success. And I'll read up on stuff about people being afraid of success and stuff like that. And it's not only a Black gay man thing. I think that's a thing that's common in the Black community, period. But I find a lot of my peers are Black and gay. So I find it a lot in the Black gay community. Like, a lot of us are afraid of success to a certain degree. That could honestly be a whole different video. I could go on for like 15 minutes about this. Like, not like 30 minutes about this, but we just gonna start a conversation with this one, and we gonna move on to the next situation. All right, so this next situation, which may be the final situation, just because this is like the first Auntie Ken coming back, and I don't want it to be too long. Okay, so this is an audio clip. I'm about to put in the headphones. We about to listen to it, and we about to get into this gig and have a lot of fun talking about this gig or whatever. Okay.
Hey, Auntie Ken. This is Joshua.
Hey, Joshua.
From Bronx.
What's
Bronx,
up?
You know,
I live in New York.
Shit.
I love New York.
But now, I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican,
Okay.
and
He giving me his whole bio. Like, you give me your whole Jack bio, boy.
I'm emailing you because it's like I'm having trouble because I just came out maybe like a year and a half ago, and being from the Bronx and being in the hood all the time is like I really can't be myself. So it's like before I came out, you know, I tried to be as much of a like real nigga, like a hood person, and it's just like, you know, and now that I came out, it's like I'm trying to be more myself, and in the house, you know, I'm myself. I'm a little bit more flamboyant or whatever, but when I'm outside, I find myself to try to be like hood and be like one of the other dudes, and like I know you from the hood too, so it's like, how did you was able to be yourself in the hood and be you in the hood and step outside and not try to be like all the other niggas and like all the other people, and you know, being outside and like being flamboyant is like, I just find that to be hard because here is like you will get called out real fast, whatever, and there's even sometimes that, you know, people will just get, you know, messed up, jumped, or if you're a little bit too extra. So it's just like, if you have any tips and just any advice for that, for me to be able to be outside and be myself and not be caring of what other people say. So I love you. Thanks. And talk to you later or whatever. You know, Southside Bronx, you dig?
Okay, so this is something that I get often. This is emails that I get often. This is something that people contact with me often about, like, how to be your authentic self when your authentic self isn't accepted. I get this a lot, and I feel like I haven't answered this question because I never know how to answer this question, but I'm answering this question now. I'm gonna take it back to me personally or whatever. One thing about me, yeah, I'm from the hood, but I don't know, because I don't know what I did to make it completely through. One thing about me is that I feel like I have this special gift. It's probably just because I'm a Pisces, and I feel like this is a common Pisces thing. We know how to disconnect. So what helped me out a lot was the fact that I knew how to disconnect. Because I've always been my 100% authentic self. Like, I was always a flamboyant as fuck. I didn't care. I think that's what it all leads back to. You just can't care. Like, you cannot care what people have to say. We live until it's 2018. And there are so... because all it really does take is like not caring, and there's no tips that I can give you, etc. You just have to be fearless. And people say something, let people say something, as long as they're not touching you. When they say, if they start to, like, if they touch you or something, because you did mention it in your hood, that's what they do. If they touch you or something, then it's, we're not about to fight back, but I'm about to sit down and have a conversation with you. Like, why are you doing this? You know, you have to be able to actually want to change everything more so than just you be fearless. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with you. You have to know that there's nothing wrong with you, like, point blank period. Because you stepping out in the world or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm being masculine. This is a very common thing in the gay community. Girl, Fuck all that. Like, you gotta know that me being feminine, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to know at the end of the day, masculinity and femininity belongs to nobody. You know, just because you're a male doesn't mean you have to walk around macho. Just because you're a female doesn't mean you have to walk around with a purse. You can do whatever you want to do. And as long as you have that mindset, I feel like you'll be okay. And as long as you express your mindset to other people, you'll be okay. Once again, I feel like this was, I kind of hate that this was the Auntie Ken that I came back with, because I haven't given like any like real advice. Like, I feel like I've given enough advice, but I haven't given any real advice. Anyways, you guys, so that was it for today's Auntie Ken. I will be back soon with another Auntie Ken. It depends how many emails I get after this Auntie Ken or whatever and stuff like that. So that's just that, okay? If you need advice, email me at auntieFlawless@gmail.com. Don't be afraid to email me with your voice notes, and if you got videos or whatever, email me everything, because you might end up on Auntie Ken. Remember to sign up for Audible down below. You guys know that I love listening to audiobooks, and I just love reading in general, and I think that reading and like audiobooks and stuff is really good for the minds. Like, you can find a lot of answers to a lot of your problems in audiobooks or just books in general. So sign up for Audible down below. I'll leave all the information and stuff like that. And thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. As always, stay flawless.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and fuck you.
Hey, posing, drinking all the bottles of Patron. Drive these niggas crazy cause they know they can't control me. I hide the model body, super almighty, I'm shining. If you looking, ain't that hard to find me? Yeah, Stelly is a player.